Animal Company is a legendary VR game already, at least officially released in the store February 25th, and right now it's mid-March, early March. I have to say, why is this a legendary game? Well, it's top of the charts, free to play, and it actually is a huge upgrade from Gorilla Tag. Not a direct comparison though. Gorilla Tag is legendary. It'll always be legendary. It's gonna be the top of the charts. And then also Animal Company, which they admit is very much influenced by Lethal Company, but now adding their own twist to it, which makes it its own identity. And there's a lot of things and crosswords and trigger words that really help with why people are really just addicted to this game. It's very, very popular right now. And I really want to just kind of give my insights on it. I have been creating VR content forever, since OG Quest, and I really kind of leer away from VR a lot now, but I always like to give it its props and help with awareness. So make sure you thumbs up the video and comment so it does help with awareness, because developers still contact me to this day due to my other VR videos I used to create back in the day. And I always want to give VR props and love and respect and help with the uplifting of the platform, especially if it's certain games that are doing well, because VR is a very underwhelming performing type of entity right now in the gaming world, which is weird because VR does have a lot of potential, and I'll be making videos on that also. Animal Company is next level. And there's a huge common denominator with that also. I think the common denominator of that is movement, immersion, and fun, simplicity. It proves that you don't have to have the best graphics, you don't have to have anything. Same with Lethal Company, right? And you don't have to have anything. I think Lethal Company is like what, one developer that made the game. So whoever made Animal Company, like how many people in that state, just respect to you all. There's tons of channels on virtual reality channels that are blowing up using Animal Company. And I mean, I guess the word animal works also, right? Animal Crossing, Animal Company. Like, we know that these games are just simplified games that are fun. It has a scare factor, it has somewhat of a skill tree, survival mode, tactics, just everything you can do, things to do and grind for. And that's why it's always going to be compared to Gorilla Tag, of course, because Gorilla Tag was through the charts, still is through the charts for years and years now. They just needed something to jump over that was very similar, which is these two games for sure. But not only that, but it just gives you much more to do than a game like Gorilla Tag. Gorilla Tag can be like a great introduction to it, but pick either game, you're gonna have a lot of fun with them. I had a lot of fun on Gorilla Tag. Animal Company, of course, I want to be having fun with that a lot more, like as I continuously dive into it. But it is very legendary because this is how the shift of virtual reality is going. They just know their audience, and they knew like Gorilla Tag was great. Well, then let's use this movement and let's use a simplified game like an engine that like Lethal Company does. Like, okay, well, how can we do that? Make it very, very simple. So where it's like a low risk, high reward type game, and it's free to play. So they did a phenomenal job. I see so many people blowing up with this channel. So if you're not playing this game, you're not jumping in the mix. If you're VR solely and you're not jumping into this game, this video is for you. If you're a creator, especially, go in there and go make Animal Company, because there's really nothing that's going to sweep us off our feet anytime soon. VR is great. As much as we're paying for games, I feel like a lot of games are not living up to what they're paying for anyway, unless you're babyface, like Beat Saber, Blade and Sorcery, Batman, of course, the recent one, and then Asgard's Wrath, a couple of other, maybe Assassin's Creed. But even a lot of these companies are admitting that they're not going to make VR titles anymore because it's too much money spent and not enough like actual outcomes in terms of performance, money, just real increase in dividends and their money, like making it the best. So Animal Company is a fun game. It's something you can do. It's simplified. The movement is great. There's so many things to do. It has a scare factor that's not too crazy, gory, scary, but it has enough scare factor. Backrooms-esque, if you don't know exactly what I mean. And I had to give them their props. This is just a video just giving Animal Company their props. So here's the props. Here's more awareness on this video. And I had to say I'm very excited for games like Animal Company to be coming around, because VR has been needing a new surge. And that's the transition of how VR is right now. A lot of people think VR is dead at some point, but VR is just very new in what they're trying to figure out and who's their actual target audience. And for me, it's the future audiences, not for old people like me, of course. And I think a lot of VR enthusiasts want it to be for them and for us, and especially those that use OG PC VR stuff. VR is a lot easier. Nowadays, it's far more mobile. It's standalone, and you can go in either direction as if Meta, and I'll talk more about this on another video, but if you feel that like Meta messed up virtual reality, or if you feel like it shifted in a weird direction. That's just kind of your opinion. It just depends on how you feel about that. I feel that it's great right now figuring out who their audiences is so they can double down on those types of game. Not exactly another game like Gorilla Tag, but just figuring out like, oh, we can be simplified, kind of like still a mobile type feature. Doesn't have to be super high end graphics, and we can still get a lot of people playing these games. People love free at the end of the day, so at least in VR, they're going to figure it out. Also, Animal Company goes more on the legendary side of like the social aspect. Lots of social interaction, but something that's not like VR chat. VR chat is, it can be weirdos on there, you know, just a lack of a better term. So it's like, it's somewhere where it's a safe space to really socialize, which Gorilla Tag was also kind of like Gorilla Tag to me was like a younger version of like what VR chat was doing. And then also having Animal Company with way more to do, like extraction S-type and missions and money to get and things to do, objectives and ways to look forward to playing the game. So now you get the game, now you get socializing, now you get so much things going down in Animal Company on top of scares. Everybody likes to get scared, especially when you're your friends. It's fun to like, it's just fun. Like the survival tactics is always fun when you're with a group of people playing. It's a great way. They also went legendary. They got like 200,000 plus on their Discord, which is huge for like VR titles. And probably one of the biggest, right? I don't know. Y'all gotta tell me how much does Gorilla Tag have over there. But yeah, that's also huge. And it's just, again, at the end of the day, it's the factor of VR is not dead. It just has to transition to what people are actually wanting to play. If people want to play Gorilla Tag and Animal Company, well, hey, that just goes to what I always preach about VR. VR should not be a stagnant platform. VR should always be something that, like, where you're moving a lot. And so the movement, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, Gorilla Tag, Animal Company, that movement keeps you immersed. It keeps people from being stagnant, and it really ups exactly what VR is about. So although early, not the greatest graphics, of course, at least it has the immersive factor and the social factor. Those are two things that VR really excel on. Those are literally the two things. Get very immersed, actually active immersed, not just like, hey, let me put on a headset and I'm inside a game now. Well, no, you can sit there and play games all day on a flat screen. But now you got to move your arms a little bit. Now you got to worry about climbing. Now you got to worry about doing certain things. Now you have that on top of any items that you are really coming across. And then you have your social factor while you're getting active. So now it feels 10 times not realistic, but far more immersive to where we're just sitting down playing a game or something like that. So VR having us move around, and you're also moving around, right? Now you're getting a feel of like open world-esque stuff and just going through places and all that is way better in VR if you haven't played VR in your life. And Animal Company does that so well. They're just really evolving with what and you would see visually, you'd be like, what do you mean evolving? They're just doing what's right and what people actually want. And that's the easiest thing to do. VR is in a weird state right now. And so if you could provide what people actually want, you're going to keep people playing VR. So despite it being mobile looking, despite it being not being the best graphics, it at least has immersion, social factors, and things to do. Like when in gaming, you always at least want like grindy. You always want a game to grind, to have some skill tree, be with your friends, scare factors. I think it's kind of just an all-in-one bundle that a lot of people really sleep on, man. So that's just my insights on why Animal Company is legendary. I made this video just to help out, spread awareness, to help out devs and all that. I know like VR is very, you know, it's hard for devs to really get intact and really to help. So I just wanted to be part of the movement and just kind of grasp you on. So drop a like. It really does help out. Comment what you like about Animal Company, because it really, really does help. And like what I said, people still contact me in VR to this day. So, you know, it keeps us in the loop also. And I'm so happy for Animal Company. If you're playing it, you're rocking out, let me know what's up. I haven't played it too much in terms of rotations, but I mean, I'm definitely going to have it. I got my Quest 3 right here, bro. So I'm going to be playing already, man. So y'all let me know what's up, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace.